This is Caitlin, your host of the No Sleep for Dramas podcast, where we get no sleep and survive on coffee to watch just one more episode at night. Hello, and welcome back to another episode on the No Sleep for Dramas podcast. I'm your host, Caitlin, and we are doing a wrap-up episode. Yes, this is December 2025's wrap-up episode, last day of December. I can't believe I just said that. I can't believe tomorrow is 2026. I'm recording this on the 28th of December, so a little bit early. This is gonna be an interesting episode because I have not completed a lot of things. If you guys know, I took a break in November that ran into December, and so I completed some things in December, the first week in that episode, and I'm kind of gonna be repeating myself here on those two things in my December wrap-up, which I did state in November. But I haven't completed anything more than that. Now, in the next 5 days, I maybe will. That will be talked about in my January wrap up episode if I do. But December is kind of the new November right now because I did not complete anything for the rest of December except for the two things I completed during my break. There's one drama I have like 10 episodes left, and I really, really want to finish it by the end of 2025. So hopefully I can do that. And I'm really trying to binge one thing, so that might be slowing me down because, as you guys know, I'm not a binger. I don't know. I'm not really sure why I have not completed a lot more things in December. I did need that break in November. We'll see what happens. The plan is just watch all the dramas on the 31st and the 1st of January, so we'll see what I can complete in those 2 days where I'm sitting on my couch doing nothing. We're not here for that right now. We're here to talk about my wrapping up December. This is the episode where I talk about everything I completed in December. Again, as I said, this is a couple days before the actual end of December, so I might complete some things between now and the 31st. We'll see. And then we are going to talk about what I'm excited for in January, and then also if I dropped anything in December. Let's get started. As I said, I'm still trying to finish one C-drama. I'm hoping I can do that by the end of the year. I have about 10 episodes left. Maybe I can do that. Maybe I'll stick in a movie on the 31st. Maybe I'll finish up a Japanese drama, like a shorter Japanese drama before the end of the year. We'll see what happens. The main goal is to finish that one Chinese drama I'm watching by the end of the year. And so I'll be happy if I do that. Either way, whatever I complete or don't complete, I'll be talking about that in January, my January wrap-up episode, because clearly I didn't finish it by the time I'm recording this episode. Okay, so as I mentioned in the November wrap-up episode, the only thing I've finished so far in December 2025 is High Potential Season 1. This is an American show that my friend got me to start in June, and then I didn't finish it. So in my break in November, when I was trying to get stuff off my current watch list, I decided, why not finish it? Because I had 6 episodes or so to go. And I did, and I binged it in like 2 days, and it was fantastic. And I rated it a 10 out of 10. Reminded me of some old school crime shows like Bones, for example. So if that is your thing, you need to check this show out. Season 2 is currently airing. I think it will be done in February, so I do plan to watch that in 2026. The main duo in High Potential is great. They have great chemistry and banter. The crimes are interesting. I love the female lead. For as dysfunctional of a human being that she is, I love her family. I assumed her family would be just as dysfunctional, and they're really not. They are to a degree, but it's like in a heartwarming degree. And I love her interaction with her family and how they navigate life and the many obstacles they have in their lives. I'm really curious how season 2 is going to build off of that. Season 1 did end on a cliffhanger. Going right into season 2 is great. As I said, I binged the show in 2 days. I'm also really curious if the main crime fighting duo is ever going to have a romantic storyline because they have chemistry up the wazoo, and I would love that they have a romantic storyline. But the female lead has a really complicated love history, so they have to figure that out first in the show before the leads can get together. We'll see what happens. I also want more stories with the side characters, like the other cops in the unit. They are great characters, and I could see 2 of them actually having romance themselves, so I would love to see that happen, but if they have more stories with the side characters, that would be fun to watch as well. And then the found family is great. You have the cop unit, they have a found family within themselves. You have her own family, which is a blended family. There's some children from one father and then another children from another father. They have a great found family situation with that as well, which is gonna be definitely more complicated in season 2, so I can't wait to watch that. That was High Potential season 1, 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. Alright, so dramas I dropped in December. I only had one, and this is also one that I dropped in my break era in November, and that was Miss Incognito. I kinda already talked about this in the November wrap-up. Was watching this on Viki. It's a Korean drama. I loved the first 2 episodes. Loved the first 2 episodes, and then once the K-drama hit the middle episodes with The Village from episode 3 to episode 6, I lost interest. I don't like slice of life, and it was too much slice of life. I didn't care about any of the villagers or most of the supporting characters. I did like the lawyer, and I did like her eventual friend that came to live with her in the village, and I did like her and the male lead and their potential romance, but anybody else I did not care about. The tonal shift from crime thriller to slice of life was huge for me, and it did not go over well for me. I did not like that tonal shift. And I know people are probably asking, like, well, Caitlin, you got halfway through. Why not finish it? Eventually, the crime thriller thing is going to come back, and yeah, I know it would have, but I couldn't stick with it just to wait for the crime thriller aspect to come back. So I dropped Miss Incognito, and that's everything I did in December. I did not watch much and didn't complete much in December, which normally is November. I'll be honest, but at least I completed something. We'll have to wait and see. Moving on, January and 2026 in general is going to be really interesting. I'm releasing an episode tomorrow to talk more about my plans for 2026 and looking back on 2025. If you don't know, I do a drama resolutions episode every year, and this will be the second time. I don't know what's going to happen in January, but one of the things in 2026 that I said in that drama resolutions is I plan to kind of give K dramas a back seat in 2026. I want to run a couple experiments in 2026. I want to give K dramas a back seat and kind of lean into more Chinese dramas and Japanese dramas and other country dramas, because in 2025, I just did not enjoy a lot of the Korean dramas I was watching, except for crime dramas. And so I was like, well, listen to what you like. And I just happened to like more Chinese dramas in 2025. So I was like, okay, I'm going to watch more Chinese dramas. I'm going to make an effort and watch more Chinese dramas and kind of put K dramas on the back burner. It's not like I'm not going to watch K dramas, but I think I'm going to be a little more of a stickler when it comes to choosing what I'm going to be watching. I also am not going to be watching on-air dramas in 2026, so that also puts in a different spin of that, because I usually watch only K-dramas on air, but I'm not even going to watch on-air K-dramas. I will be watching 2026 dramas, just not as they air. So maybe I'll start them halfway through, maybe I'll start them once they're done, I'm not sure. Gives a little more, hopefully a little more freedom, and hopefully I will like more and not be hounded with schedules that I put on myself to finish on-air dramas. I don't know. We'll see. We're doing a lot of experimentation in 2026, which I talk about in tomorrow's episode. That being said, in January for K-dramas, there's only one K-drama I'm really interested in. I might be watching a whole bunch of other stuff in January, might be starting a few things. I know there's a lot I want to finish in January because I'm currently watching like 7 Japanese dramas that I know I'm not going to finish in 5 days. So I'm probably going to finish those in January and then add stuff. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But needless to say, even if I am only interested in one K-drama for January 2026, there's still a lot to talk about. Still a lot to talk about. Still stuff that I'm going to add to my current watch list. But there's going to be a lot of experimenting in 2026 nonetheless. Okay, so the only K-drama that I am interested in is The Judge Returns. This is rumored to air on Viki, and it will premiere January 2nd. It is not confirmed for Viki yet. I have not seen it confirmed. It all depends if this even shows up on a streaming service. We'll have to wait and see. As I said, this is the only new Korean drama I'm excited for in January. It stars Ji-sung, Park Hee-soon, Won Ji-ah, Tae Won-suk as part of the cast. I like a lot of them. Looks like Park Hee-soon is going to be the villain of the drama. Won Ji-ah and Tae Won-suk might be like teaming up with Ji-sung to fight crime. It's about a judge who defies his superior's orders and sentences this really powerful chairman to life in prison. And because of that decision, he ends up dying, probably due to weird circumstances. We'll have to wait and see. But because of him dying, he is reborn with all of his memories and is given a second chance at life. Now, we all know I love a rebirth story. That is a trope that I will watch again and again and again, no matter the country. I love it, especially if it's a revenge rebirth story. So I am so excited for this. It looks a little wacky. It looks like it has a little more comedy than you might think, like Devil Judge did. This also reminds me I need to watch Devil Judge. I still have not seen that. But I am really excited for this one. Also, does Jisung ever age? I swear to God, he looks younger in this. Anyway, so that is the only Korean drama I'm excited for. It's supposed to air on January 2nd. The second thing I'm excited for, and again, I don't know if I'm going to be able to wait until this is almost completed to watch it because it's going to be insane. The Boyfriend Season 2. This is a Japanese dating show. It's going to be on Netflix. It premieres January 13th. I was all over Season 1 when this was airing. I was obsessed with Season 1. And if Season 1 gives you any picture of how I'm going to be with Season 2, I will be obsessed with Season 2. I'm probably not going to be watching this as it airs. Hopefully I can dodge spoilers. Maybe I'll, have 3 or 4 episodes air and then I'll watch the 3 or 4 episodes. I don't know. Because while this was airing, it was agony waiting for the next episode. I don't want to live that again. But because I was so obsessed with this, we have 3 podcast episodes dedicated to season 1 because I was doing reviews every other week and putting my own spin on it. You know I'm excited for season 2, and I'm so happy that this is premiering in January. It supposedly looks like it's gonna be more of a winter thing versus a summer thing, so it's gonna have probably some gorgeous cinematography in it. I'm hoping I have better luck with this season than season 1, because in season 1, all of my favorites did not have an happy ending. None of them got anybody, and nobody was dating by the end of the season. I'm really hoping some of my favorites have a happy ending in season 2. But that is also the bane of my existence. Every dating show I've watched, nearly none of my favorites ever get chosen and ever have a happy ending because I tend to go for the more quiet people and the more reserved people because I am that same person. We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully, I have better luck. But Boyfriend Season 2, can't wait for it. So excited for it. I love it. Also, I looked at the ages of the contestants. There is a wide range, which I'm excited for. Very curious who's going to team up. Very curious. All right, and the last thing we're going to talk about that actually has a premiere date is an anime that I came across on Netflix. This is called Love Through a Prism. Apparently, it's an anime made by Netflix. Netflix, made this. It's their own. And it caught my eye for 2 reasons. One, it's the premise of it sounds really unique. I'm not saying it has never been done before, but I haven't seen a lot of anime do this. And it's about a Japanese exchange student who goes to London in the early 1900s for art school to be a painter. She meets a group of students, she becomes friends or acquaintances with them, and then she also meets the male lead, whose name is Kit Church, who is an aristocrat who is the student at this school. And they start up, apparently, looks like a romance. I have not seen many anime take place in 1900s London, unless they're doing a spin on Sherlock Holmes or something like that. So I'm really curious how that's going to all work out. The trailer looks gorgeous. Gorgeous. There's this flower scene in the trailer that looks stunning. I also love the idea of it being set in 1900s London because you don't see that a lot of the time. I like the idea of an ensemble cast so you get maybe other relationships or other romances. it just has a really unique look that stood out to me that I'd want to check out. And as I said multiple times throughout the podcasts and blog, I want to watch a variety of things to talk about and to introduce you guys to. And I also have not watched an anime in a couple months. That was Love Through a Prism, and that's going to air on Netflix on January 15th. That is everything that I have caught in terms of premiere dates. I usually do not talk about rumored dramas. If they don't have a streaming service, that's another story. Now, because I'm leaning more into Chinese dramas and possibly other dramas like Thai or Taiwanese or Japan in 2026, this might become an issue where I'm only interested in like one K drama and then there's nothing else to talk about. So I want to start a section where these are going to be rumored for the upcoming month, but they're not concrete. And I usually don't like that because obviously you get excited for something and then it doesn't happen a lot with Chinese dramas, but other dramas too. But if I didn't do this, I wouldn't really have much to talk about, and this would be a really, really short episode. So I want to try this section. I have a couple, 3 or 4 Chinese dramas, not everything that's rumored for January, just ones I'm interested in that I want to talk about, but they're rumored. Whether they're either rumored for January or rumored for a specific date, nothing is confirmed. I want to hear from you guys, though, if you like this or not. Like, if you don't want me to just highlight rumored dramas, because if they don't air, it's going to hurt your feelings or something. I don't want to put you through that. So if you don't like this idea, please let me know. And this is not just going to be Chinese dramas and might not happen every month. I might have a good month where there's 4 or 5 Korean dramas I'm going to talk about. I don't know. But at least in January, I don't have much to talk about beyond what I've already talked about. So I'm testing this out, seeing what happens. Let me know what you think, though. Let me know what you think. If you really, truly don't want this section, please let me know. And I won't do it. Because, as I said, I want to be stricter with Korean dramas because I just didn't enjoy a lot in 2025. And I want to lean more into Chinese dramas because I enjoyed a lot more of those, or other country dramas, for example, like Japan. And I just know, due to the experiments and stuff that I'm going to be running in 2026, there's not going to be a lot of airing Korean dramas I think I'm going to be excited for. So I need to add other dramas to it. And even though these are all rumored Chinese dramas, I figured we'd still have fun talking about them maybe. But again, they're rumored. Whether they're rumored for the month or rumored for the date, these are all rumored. Nothing's been confirmed as of the 28th of December. We'll see what happens. The first Chinese drama I'm going to talk about is Fate Chooses You. This is rumored for January. I heard early January, but there's no date attached. We all know why I'm excited for this. Ren Jialun. He stars in it. If he stars in it, I'm excited for it. So this is another one of his. He's the male lead. As I've said multiple times, he's one of my favorite Chinese actors. The supporting cast also has some good people like Riley Wang. He is everywhere in supporting cast, and I think he's a very good actor. I wish he got lead roles, but I always enjoy seeing him in dramas. This definitely has a fantasy element to it, but I wouldn't think it's all Shansha, because I think Ren Jialun is actually like a god in this, but I don't think everybody else is. I could be wrong, but he definitely has powers. So I don't remember the phrase that goes with that, where it's not wuxia and it's not Shansha, but it's something in between. You can go ask Liliana about that. But I think it's more in that realm, where there's some magic, but there's definitely wuxia elements as well, at least from the trailer. Trailer looks fantastic. It looks a lot of fun. The costumes look beautiful. The fight scenes look exciting to me. I have high hopes for this. I also have not watched a Ren Jialun drama in a while, especially like I haven't watched any of his 2025 dramas yet, which is why I want to lean into C dramas in 2026, because I think just there's a lot more that I'm interested in. Anyway, Fate Chooses You, that's rumored for January. I heard early January, but we'll have to wait and see. Next one is one I'm really excited for, and I've been hearing about forever. Love Between Lines. This had a different Chinese name, but that's the English name. It's rumored for January 9th. It has a lot of things I'm looking forward to it. I think it has a really cool concept where you have both a modern day era drama, but then you also have a Republican era drama in one. You ask Caitlin, how would they do that? Apparently, you have the male lead and the female lead are playing a murder mystery game that takes place in the Republican era. And then when they're not playing that game, it's like a role-playing game. So they dress up, they go to the set, they play this role-playing game. And then when they're not playing that game, they're in the modern day era doing their regular jobs and whatever. So you have a storyline for the modern day where they meet outside of the game and get to know each other, and then you have the murder mystery game, which apparently is a separate narrative. At least that's what I'm reading about. So you technically have two stories going on in the same drama, which I think is really interesting. Of course, it being a murder mystery game, there might be a murder mystery that they need to solve, so that is something I'm intrigued by. Chen Xingyu and Liu Yuxiao star in this. They look fantastic in both Republican era costumes as well as modern, and I'm curious of them as a pairing. This has piqued my interest a lot. This apparently will be on iQIYI when it airs. Next one I'm going to talk about is one I've actually talked about before. This is Swords into Plowshares. It is rumored for January 15th. I've also seen January 19th, so I don't know. The budget. The production budget of this looks insane. Looks insane. This gives me the same production value as like Longest Day in Chang'an. It looks well researched, well produced, a lot of veteran actors, costumes look beautiful, really good actors in terms of the leads and the support cast. The episode count might be a little intimidating. I've heard it's going to be 50 something episodes. So that might be intimidating to some people, just FYI. It's definitely going to be over 40, as I've heard. This Chinese drama just looks grand to me. You guys should see the trailer for this. It looks grand. It looks epic. I love Bai Yu, so he's a major draw for me in this drama. He looks really good, and his acting in the trailer looks really good. I also have not watched him in a drama in a while. The rest of the cast, as I said, has some great veteran actors or just talented actors in general. This looks like a really, really high budget historical Chinese drama. Apparently, it's based off an actual person, let alone an actual time period. That may be why like the production budget is so high, is because they're trying to fit this actual person's life and actual time period, maybe. We'll have to wait and see. There's no streaming service for right now that I can find. So hopefully it will, at least for international people, hopefully it will pop up on YouTube. I think it's a Mango drama, if I'm not mistaken. Let's check that really quick. Yeah, it's a Mango drama, but it also is going to be apparently on MDL. It might be on iQIYI, Tencent, and CCTV. So I'm really looking forward to that. It just looks beautiful. The trailer looks beautiful. Next Chinese drama that is rumored for January, I heard early January, might come, might not, and that is the crime drama The Truth. I've been waiting for this crime drama for a while. I love a good crime drama. This took a while for it to be released. I think it was made a while ago, at least 2 years ago, if not 1 year ago. So for some reason, it has taken forever for it to maybe premiere, rumored to premiere. We'll see if it actually happens. It's apparently based on some real life cases that use technology to solve them. So they're going to highlight the technology, the specific technology that was used to solve that specific case. And it's going to be based on some real life cases in China. Cast looks good. I don't think I've ever seen Gong Joon in a crime drama before, which makes me really curious. It has Sun Yi in it. She's the female lead, but she's really mysterious of like what her character is, in my opinion, because I don't think she's a cop. I think she's somebody else. It looks like it has a classic older cop, younger cop team up situation in the drama. I've just been really curious about this, especially with Gong Joon being in the cast. I'm just really curious how he's going to be as a cop, because I have never seen him as a cop. But we'll see. We'll see if that premieres. We'll see if it's any good. And then the last one I've heard that is rumored for January is called Generation to Generation. I don't think that's the original title. I think it was something else. Apparently, the person who wrote the book for Generation to Generation also wrote the book for Love Like the Galaxy. And what was the other one? The other one was Story of Minglong. Apparently, the same author who wrote those two wrote the book for this one, which made me excited because I love both of those dramas. They didn't write the drama, but they wrote the books that it's based off of. I don't know anybody in this cast, but sometimes, in my opinion, that's a good thing. Introduces you to new actors, actresses that you might end up liking. It looks like from the trailer it's going to be a wuxia drama, which I look forward to some great fight scenes, and the trailer definitely showed some great fight scenes. It looks like both the male and female lead can hold their own in battle, which is always exciting. Also, the posters for this drama look gorgeous. Apparently, it's about a woman, the female lead. She's kind of ostracized from her family and sect and is forced into another sect. And then she meets the male lead, who is this survivor of this family massacre of his. And they travel around and find secrets in this wuxia world and have to deal with the strict sect rules of the wuxia world and obviously have a romance eventually. Probably also obviously figuring out the male lead's whole massacre mystery or whatever. I'm excited for it. It's a classic wuxia setup. Classic doesn't mean it's going to be boring. We'll see if it happens. But that is everything I'm excited for that is rumored in Chinese drama land for January. Let me know if you like this section or not. We'll see how that goes. And last but certainly not least, what we always talk about, older dramas I plan to start in January due to podcast recordings or other things. Some of these I mentioned, and some of these I have not. So as I said, I want to start Blossom. I did put out a short video of people voting on what I should start first, and Blossom won. I will be starting Blossom in January. Probably January 1st. I'll probably start it tomorrow. The Vendetta of On, I do plan to start. It's almost done. The Mirage. Okay, so The Mirage is an airdrops Chinese drama that came out of nowhere, and I had never heard of it before. And apparently it's pretty good from what people are saying. And I looked into it, and I looked into the story, and it's about a group of people who investigate these like shifting mirages and missing people in this city. And one particular character is looking for her missing brother. I like historical mysteries, and people said this was very surprising, was actually quite good. So I want to check it out. I'm interested in that now. Culinary Class Wars Season 2 ends in January. I do plan to watch it once it is all or almost done. I plan to start that. And then The Truth Within, which is the crime drama that stars Liu Yu-chi. That is starting on the 31st, maybe, or the 29th, I think, maybe. I have been looking forward to that. I'm really curious what Liu Yun-chi is going to be in a crime drama because or even a modern drama because everything I've seen him in is a shancha. It's a crime drama. I've been interested in it. It's finally airing. I've heard about this drama since he started filming it. I like the other two people on the team. They've done crime dramas before. I like them in crime dramas. Really curious about this one. So I'm definitely planning on checking that out in January. But again, I have to get some Japanese dramas off my current watch list first. I'm watching 7 right now. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what I plan to start, what I do start. I have, again, very ambitious goals. We'll see. We'll see. The goal is to just enjoy what I'm watching and not be overwhelmed by anything. But first, I need to clear off some of the Japanese dramas on my current watch list. But that is the end of the episode. That is the end of 2025 that I wrapped up December. That is everything I completed in December and all the things I'm looking forward to in January. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to anything of the podcast in 2025. I hope you enjoyed the podcast in 2025 because 2026 is going to be wild. It's going to be wild, and I'm excited for it. There's going to be a lot of experimentation in 2026. I'm excited for it because I need to have a better year than 2025, and I think 2026 is going to be a better year for me. Let me know what you're excited for in January. Let me know if you like that rumored section or not. That might happen every episode. It might not, depending on what else I have to talk about. We'll have to wait and see. But thank you for listening. I know this is a shorter episode. Hopefully, I can finish some things before the end of the year in the next 5 days. Have a great, great New Year's Eve and enjoy your day off on New Year's Day if you have the day off. I know I'm staying in on New Year's Eve and just eating and watching dramas, and it's going to be a fun time. Let me know what you plan on binging. I hope you had a great 2025, at least a better year than I did, and I appreciate all of you, and thank you for listening to another episode. So excited for what's coming in 2026. If you want to continue the conversations about dramas that were started in this episode, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky under the username NoSleep4Dramas. That is no sleep, the number 4 dramas, just like in the title of the podcast. This podcast is also an expansion of my blog, so you can visit my blog at www.nosleep4dramas.com, the number 4 dramas.com, and find multiple years of blog posts already available at your fingertips. All links are in the description of this episode. Finally, please give this podcast a like or a follow wherever you listen to the podcast. Leaving a comment or a review also helps a lot. We love hearing ideas and feedback from all of you. Share the podcast with your friends as well. Thank you for listening. This has been an episode of the No Sleep for Dramas podcast, and I am your host, Caitlin. I will see you here next time, and I hope you get no sleep chasing the next episode just like me. Good night.